Hi, welcome to Get a Clue, Casual Gamer, where we get a clue, C-L-U-E, about a game. Today, we're going to actually look at two games, and these are two games that I promised I would do a video on once I had both of them. Oh, there's my dog. Quiet. Um, so she got me all flustered, and I don't edit. These are the two games that I have purchased in memory of my father and my brother who passed away this year. My father passed away January 31st, and 31 days later, my brother passed away on March 2nd. And so I chose two games that were on my wish list and that would always remind me of them. And so I want to share with you which two I chose. One of them is a smidge above casual level on BGG, but so close to it that it's on the, I would say it's on the high end of casual level, even though it's a 2.6 and I only go up to 2.5, but that is just a 0.1 above what I usually do for this channel. And the other one is a 2.48, which is practically right to that point. So they're both really right on the cusp of casual level and possibly medium. So here we get a little clue about these two games and why I chose them to represent my father and my brother. For my father, it was easy. I knew the moment I decided that I was going to buy a game in memory of him, I knew which one it was. It's been on my list for a couple years, ever since it came out. It came out in 2021, and it was always on my list, and I never bought it because my father hated playing games. If he had liked to play games, he would have loved this theme. Absolutely loved this theme. The game is Unforgiven, the Lincoln Assassination Trial. It's a two-player game. Dad loved Abraham Lincoln from the time he was in junior high, which is called middle school nowadays. And he first heard about this 6'4" lanky guy, and my dad was 6'4" lanky kid. It intrigued him. And the more he learned about Abraham Lincoln, he really was taken by and impressed by the man and what he was able to achieve during his life and presidency. So, yeah, I mean, when we were little kids, you know, we used to buy Christmas gifts, which were for Dad, Old Spice. And later through the years is like, okay, does he need a new pair of slippers? Does he, yeah, he loved puzzles, so we always got him puzzles. But if we got him books, they were always about Lincoln. He has read just every book there is about Lincoln, about the Civil War, about the North, about the South, about the Northern generals, the Southern generals, the wives of generals. I mean, he has read them all. And so I knew the moment I decided that I was going to choose a game as in memory of him, that it would have to be Unforgiven, the Lincoln Assassination Trial. Two-player game. One is the prosecution, one is the defense. And this has nothing to do with Booth, who shot Lincoln. Booth was dead. This is all the co-conspirators and the trial of them. And so it's very historical. And I think it's not as complicated as, Twilight Struggle. But it would be very thematic and interesting. And so I literally just got this week. So I am bringing it out as the one I chose to celebrate my dad. Again, it uses dice and cards, the actual people involved, and it just is a two-player back and forth type thing. Who's going to win, the defense or the prosecution? We know what happened historically, but what happens with this? So that's for Daddy. Unforgiven, the Lincoln assassination trial. For my brother Mark, I had, whoops, that's too heavy for that one. Let me put it here. For Mark, I had two different themes that I could go with. I could go with military. He's an Army vet, and he loved all aspects of the military. He was only in it for a couple years, but he loved it, and that love stayed with him. His other side is artist. He was an artist, a gifted artist. A lot of his drawings were of military items, but he also did some beautiful drawings and pictures of waterfalls that we know that near my parents' house, real places, real people, pictures, so many artistic things. And so instead of going with the military aspect, I went with the art aspect. I almost got, in the running was Air, Land, and Sea, which is a simple little game, but it would definitely be all military. And I was going between, do I get the Air, Land, and Sea, or do I get Critters at War, because it's the same thing, but with little QD, little cartoon character type thing. And then I said, no, let me go with the artist. And so the game that was on my wish list that I have got in his memory is Paint the Roses. That artist. Paint the Roses is a cooperative game where you're trying to stay ahead of, off with their heads, the Red Queen of Hearts. And you're trying to deduce, similar to Decorum, where you're trying to deduce what is it that, with different cards, because you're going to use several of these cards throughout the game. What is the pattern that your cooperative other players have in hand? Is it the same shape? Is it the same flowers, the same color? Or is it opposite shapes or different? Is it a heart and a dot? Oh, I got the hiccups again. Anyway, all of that to say, paint the roses. Cooperative plays 2 to 5 players in about an hour. And yeah, when it came to Mark, if I already hadn't owned, I got the hiccups again. I've been recording. This is my 3rd video today, and I had the hiccups at the end of the first one. I managed to keep it out for the second one. Hold on. If I didn't already own it, I would have probably chosen Canvas. Again, very art-centered, but I already owned it. And Paint the Roses, which came out in 2022, has been on my list, on my wish list for over a year. So I decided that this would be the one I remember my brother Mark, the artist, with. Or like they say, a most curious cooperative game. And that would fit Mark's personality too. He was always very cooperative, always wanted to keep the peace, always wanted to work together with others. So this is a perfect choice for remembering Mark. Well, that's it. Those are the 2 games that I chose in memory of, in memoriam to my father and my brother, who passed away very quickly between the 2 of them. And it's only just a month ago today as I'm recording, because I'm recording this on Palm Sunday. So Mark passed away the 2nd of March, and today is the 2nd of April. So yeah. So those are my memories, my in memory of, and I hope to play both of them very soon. I just need the right person for the Lincoln one. I think the Paint the Roses will be easier to find someone to play because the presence is, prettier. But yeah, we'll see. I'll have to get back to you on that one once I get them played. But now that I have both of them, I'm good to go. Until next time, God bless you and your family. Happy gaming. Bye.